The most basic common sense statements that I made from day one that went above a lot of people's heads is very obvious at this point, especially when we tiptoe over here and see what's going on with Ashanti and Gotti. People wanted to come to the internet and give R. Kelly supporters such a terrible name, but I decided to use a variety of different celebrities just to send home my message that some can't overstand.
He's already said, I know when I talked to Miss Bunjean, we were together in Santa Monica. She said he's written some songs that he sang to her, that he has accepted that he's going to die there. He's accepted that.
Mm-hmm. Will there be an appeal?
Oh yeah, she's definitely filing an appeal. But do you know how long an appeal takes? You know the difference. Here's what happened. Here's what happened with Mr. Cosby. The reason why his appeal happened so quickly, he did 2 years and 10 months, but he had a voice speaking for him.
Yes.
Okay, who kept his story alive. R. Kelly has never had a voice to keep his story alive, to tell his story. Every day, I was Mr. Cosby's only visitor. Every day, I visited, every time I visited him, I did a media interview, talk about him. When the prison was doing something egregious or duplicitous against him and against any other inmate, and I found out about it, hey, I went straight to the media. Mm-hmm. And that beat them at their game. I think just he had too many people.
Wrong people
who wanted to just get to know me. Okay, they wanted to get to me. They wanted to say that they were in my presence, unfortunately,
for their own personal reasons,
and for their own personal gains. And they started giving me calls about their own problems and things they wanted. And these are people who were supposed to have been fighting for him.
With you? What?
ACT, you see this?
Look, if it ain't official Dana J, Levi for Kelly, Primadonnanews, I don't even want to see it. Just take the phone. Look, you got some weed? Dang. You gotta get some. All right, hurry up. These and them here, everybody here, we waiting on you.
We're in a time where like people are piecing and telling, hence like Gotti, Ashanti. In cases like this, should she maybe seek a gag order if he keeps speaking?
Yes, she should. If she feels she's being defamed, she should perhaps send a cease and desist, if nothing else, hoping that they'll honor the law, because cease and desist order is just that, a law. So that would be my suggestion prior to moving further. Just send a cease and desist and hope that they honor that.
Now, some people are saying that this is kind of making her worth and value go up a notch. In that instance, should she still seek it, or should she just ride the wave?
Well, in this environment that we've been in, good or bad helps your fame. And so I'm not sure if she's part of that culture of get famous any way you can, good or bad.
Right. Have you ever dealt with a case like this personally? With like someone speaking on someone's name, defamation?
Absolutely. I deal with it quite frequently. And as I tell the litigants, it has to be an intent to hurt your reputation, and it has to be made to third parties. And it must actually hurt your reputation. So that's the issue. Does it actually hurt your reputation, or does it give you more fame like our kids get in this society?
Well, last question. Have you heard what he said?
Well, I know it's some things that are unflattering. I'll just say that. And no, I'm not going to repeat it and spread it further.
Well, do you think that it seems like bad intent from what you've seen? Everyone's shocked by it. I know.
You're almost asking me a legal question. Bad intent. Now you're asking the intent. I would just say the circumstances surrounding it clearly indicates that there's bad blood in the air.
So, yes, I did have sex with Bubba as well. No, we did not have a threesome, but me and Bubba had another relationship outside of Rob.
Now, everybody with common sense knows these public figures should have people working for them when individuals are slandering their name on public platforms, and there's procedures you follow. However, if we reflect on all the things we saw on these platforms, people took away from the janky business that I began to outline, put the focus on these surviving R. Kelly participants, and forgot that we saw them expose the whole case from beginning to end. Meanwhile, people thought it was so funny following the muscle all around these YouTube streets, doing all the janky ass shit he admitted on these platforms doing, and forgetting how the people following him exposed even all the corruption that's going to come out in this new trial, in my personal beliefs. Looking back, everything I've said may sound like conspiracy when you're listening to some of these shady individuals, and you didn't take the time to go back to the previous trial in '08 and take notes from the blueprint I gave you. Prime example, how all these accusers wanted to harp on these non-disclosures, being coerced to write certain things, but then these people want to backtrack and fail to realize how they could have been prosecuted. Those chasing these stories could have been prosecuted and or civilly held accountable. Then I can't take serious when supporters found it more necessary to try to sue these accusers than apply common sense. But let's take it up a notch, because people act like they fail to realize how a lot of these artists in the industry are being exploited. And with all this black excellence, all this talent, and all these years that have passed, ain't nobody came out with a better way for them to monopolize their own talent. Meanwhile, we keep hearing all these stories about how they're being exploited, how they're not being paid. And then these corporations, which are attached to conglomerates, end up filing bankruptcy, and all the hard work these entertainers have put into what they have built seems to go in vain, for them at least. But what's strange is the hypocrisy when it comes to the responses in the black community, especially when all the things that we hear about some entertainers can be dispersed throughout all of them. A lot of these entertainers have been on the record saying some of the most crazy things. However, it goes under the radar if they're a likable character. Yet as quick as these people want to keep bringing up Aaliyah's name, they won't shine light to how whoever's handling her estate, let me just act like I don't know, is still scamming people. You can go on Blackground 2.0 and notice how people have been calling out this man for merchandise they still ain't got. Yet that's neither here nor there. I just find it comical how they use her name and then leave out how even to her dying day, she was at odds with certain individuals. The point I'm about to make? Another red flag from the prosecutor's original indictments, talking about how this man had all these people facilitating all these alleged crimes. We should believe that this man had all these people paying off these witnesses, paying off these people over here, recovering all this janky ass evidence. However, the most simplest things that could have been done to shut down these stalkerish people like Jimmy Porky the Pig is cease and desist. Shut them down legally, instead of putting out all these stories from disgruntled individuals who clearly are implicating themselves in alleged crimes, if you are to believe them. Nah, I'm more likely to believe a man entrusted his business in the hands of the wrong individuals, and with that said, they found very interesting ways to get to the money. Don't you think it's odd all these people around R. Kelly have all these growing businesses? Meanwhile, let's figure out where Robert Kelly's assets are. Good luck with that. So when I heard a RICO indictment, I see this trial goes on and nobody's bringing up, well, where is the money from all this trafficking going on? Where is all these people helping this trafficking occur? Better question that I came out with just to make you think was, where the fuck is R. Kelly's money? Because clearly we see the strategic plan in isolating him from his finances and leaving him without the proper defense in his previous trial. But again, if those people on the internet with all their opinions want to see justice prevail, why was it so necessary to put all this propaganda on the internet? Why was it necessary to taint public's perception, to change the narrative? If what they say is everybody knew this and everybody knew that, it just don't make no sense.
How can I pay child support? How? If my ex-wife is destroying my name and I can't work, how can I work? How can I get paid? How can I take care of my kids? How?
What is your financial situation, if you don't mind saying?
Here's the deal. So many people have been stealing my money. People was connected to my account. I went by myself for the first time to Bank of America. Didn't know what I was doing. Didn't know what the hell was going on.
When did you do that? First time by yourself?
About 3 weeks ago to a month.
3 weeks ago was the first time you went to Bank of America?
Absolutely.
By yourself?
By myself. Because I was so tired of not knowing where my money was, where my publishing is.
Isn't that on you then?
Huh?
Isn't that on you?
A lot of it's on me.
That you didn't know where your money is?
A lot of it's on me.
And people say he doesn't have money because he had to pay so much in settlements. What do you say about that?
Lie.
It was determined that they were of age when they met him. We faced a host of issues. And so, like Tim said, 3 years ago when they came in my office, after he called me, I first started to strategize, how can I help? Because legally there weren't too many options.
We did our job. We brought the information to the public. Surviving R. Kelly went off, we kept that shit going. We got bus drivers, we got police officers, we got assistants, we got friends, we got people to lie, we got the storage, we got motherfucking video, audio, we got the storage, we got motherfucking video, audio. You ever seen Asriel at my house? You ever seen parents at my house?
You see now, you done fucked up, you know that, don't you?
Okay, cause I'm letting you know now. Well, I'll call you tomorrow.
Okay, I did want to tell you, to switch the 90 days out, but when you do switch them out, I do have a lot of stuff to talk to you about, really good stuff. What do you mean? We already talked about last week switching out the days. We've been talked about that, so why are you saying wow?
Yeah, because you hung up on me and called right into the building, and they called me to the floor to discuss the same thing I had already told you.
No. Don't say nothing to me. Don't say nothing to me. Do not say anything to me. Joy is in jail for assault. So I feel so sorry for the both of you. Don't say anything other to me. I feel bad for you. I know, yes, you do. You knew I was coming up here to get Joy, and you lied to her. Yep. I'm sorry for you. I'm sorry for you, Bear. I'm sorry for you. I am so sorry for you. Oh, it's Bear. It's done. It's done. Bear, it's done. It's over. It's over. You may not even make it to trial. I'm so sorry for you. I'm sorry. I really did love you. And you lied to me, and you used me, and you played me. Yes, you did, Bear. Yes, you did, Bear. Bye.
Now clearly, when I watched all these accusers, whom they've made very public, go above and beyond to try to prove their relationships or the things they were saying, they only exposed everything else. Photos that appeared in the New York trial, all these signatures that would indicate fraud, all of these telltale signs that show all of these agitators stirring the pot are the real reason these accusers are coming forward, as these slow people like to continue to make their content saying that it was Robert Kelly's "it's too late" line that sparked all of this, when in actuality, regardless of whether it was or was not, there should have been legal actions taking place behind the scenes that would have shut all this down, even suing Lifetime, even suing Sony, even suing some of these corporations that have made so much off of Robert Kelly, instead of all these weirdos using these social media platforms to put all their personal problems onto the viewers.